All right, what's up, guys? We got Monk Nation Pope Leo. We got Monk Nation Killa
Killa
Cam.
Cam.
And we also got our boy Liam Shaw Jones.
Yes,
Liam,
sir.
Okay,
you've been with us
Nightwing.
for Liam, you've been with us for quite some time now, about 4 months, going on 5 months now. Um, and just kind of going into the roots of everything, bro, and why you joined Monk Nation. Tell us a little bit about that, like with our talk, how you got in contact with us and how everything led to you joining the team.
Yeah, so there is no MonkNation without Killa Cam coaching because I'm here starting a 22 week prep on my own, thinking I can do this. And we're about 5 weeks deep. And about 3 weeks deep, I had this guy follow me. And then I realized that this is a little more serious than I thought, especially if I want to do well. So I hit him up. I'm like, I think I want a little guidance, a little structure. And we go on a really long call. I remember calling him on my couch in the afternoon on like a Tuesday, and we worked out all the kinks. We learned about each other and just what we had in mind. And through that, we set up coaching, and with that, I learned about Monk Nation alongside it, and it was almost like a bonus. So I kind of learned both and got used to both at the exact same time.
Okay, so you mainly joined the team for the competition prep.
Yeah, yeah, I was really just looking for coaching. That was the main direction is
And
where
how long ago did you compete?
I competed on October 11th, which is 2 days under 3 weeks ago. So
Okay.
like 19 days ago.
Sweet, bro.
Yeah.
And that was your
And
first show.
Very first show.
Nice.
what a lot of people don't know, Leo, is that Liam came to me after he had already initiated his own prep. And I want Liam to kind of go into more detail because he had kind of reached a plateau in the middle of his prep. And that's why he wanted to seek kind of a higher level expert knowledge. But what did that process, because we've got a lot of people on this team, a lot of people in the industry that want to compete. You just were very successful. You set the bar very high for your novice debut, your true novice NPC debut.
Untested show.
Um, Being a natural athlete, competing at a drug tested event, and still holding your own. Tell
Undrug,
me
undrug
what
tested.
I know. Did I say drug tested? Undrug tested. So you're a natural athlete having the kahunas to compete in an undrug tested show. Tell me the thought process of go more into what was the strategic game planning? Because I think a lot of people, even Leo, they overlook what went into the preparation, right? And then what made you get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, I need a coach. I for sure cannot finish this on my own. I need a coach. I'm curious because I've never heard that portion.
Yeah, so as far as picking a show, yeah, I kind of had the mindset of like you're not gonna learn how to swim if you get thrown in a kiddie pool. You got to get in the 6 feet, 10 feet deep waters so you can even have any fear to try to stay afloat. So I mean, kind of just had to pick that one was in my area, but it was a bonus that I just happened to be against anyone and whoever. As far as coaching myself, I know how to bulk. I know how to put on size. That's what I've kind of been doing for 2 to 3 years at college. Just eating and training, and I was trying to do a show prep off like 4,200 calories, all these bagels, all this stuff that I didn't really know. And I think in the first 3 4 weeks, I only lost maybe 4 pounds. But then since I got coaching with Cam, I went from around 254 to 203.9 on stage.
Damn.
Well, in a matter of 16 weeks.
Six,
And you know what they say?
14 weeks, 14 weeks.
I was gonna say, you know what they say? Killa Cam is the king of conditioning. He
Mm,
brings in all of his clients conditioned.
yeah. Liam
That's
stood a whopping 6'6", right? Still maintained over 200 pounds lean, right? What were some of the adversities, Liam? Because I know, I mean, we're talking, car issues, we're talking wedding receptions, turning down cake, and talk a little bit about the adversities that you had to undergo during prep.
Yeah, we'll start with the most recent one. We're about a week and a half out on my way to work, about an hour commute, to Starbucks. And my
What
car.
what what were you doing? What were you doing to fund the coaching, to fund the competition?
So a daily like morning to afternoon is basically waking up about 4:15 because I got to do my cardio, my abs, my vacuums all fasted. That was almost an hour and a half of just That's just dialing it in. I come back, I get my meal in, I prep my meals, and then I'm picking up as much shifts as I can, because coaching is expensive. I live on my own with my girlfriend and my roommates, and it's just back to back to back, and then I'm clocking in for 6 to 8 hours, coming home, more meals, training, and it was just I like to call it Groundhog's Day, but in a good way, just because
What do
it's
you
the same
tell
thing.
the people that like making excuses and saying I don't have the time, I don't have the energy to do it because I have this, that, and the other. You just said what a normal day looked like for you, waking up at the crack of dawn at 4 a.m. before the rest of society is waking up, doing your fasted cardio, getting your ab work in, going and working 10, 12-hour shifts, going to the gym. I mean, what do you say to the person that says, I want to do it, but I don't know if I can? Like they just start coming out with excuses. Did you make excuses? What do you say to the person that wants to make excuses?
Yeah, I mean, if you start coming up with excuses, and I think your brain and your heart are in separate different things, because your brain is like, oh, this is hard, I don't want to do this. And if you really love what you're doing and you really love the process, loving the process is going to get you a million times further than the end goal. And it probably wasn't until like a week out until I really just started like dreaming about the stage. Because if I was doing that from the get-go, all the little things going up towards there would have kind of just been not as serious. Like I know it sounds like picky, but when I'm putting a little too much sodium on my rice, or I have 102 grams of oats, in my head I'm like, if I do this too many times, and I get third instead of second or second instead of first, I know what I could have fixed. So it's just little things.
That's the
Attention to
difference
detail.
between somebody who wants it and somebody who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that just goes to show you anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it. It's what, like Liam, like what you said, bro. It's if your heart is in it.
Yep. At 100%. At 100%. So, I mean, you kind of hit on it, bro, but in your own words, and I love to see the organic, what does it mean to be a monk? What does it mean to be a monk to you in your own words?
Um, I was thinking about this on the walk back from the gym today before I came on this call, and I think if I had a phrase kind of how I went about the whole thing was to expect nothing but appreciate everything, because there's no handouts, especially in bodybuilding. It's probably the least handout thing ever. It's not like someone's gonna say, let me hold your hand to where you step on stage. But
Right.
but living like a monk, like Monk Nation is, it's waking up, it's knowing you can't sleep in, because if you don't get your fasted cardio in, you're not gonna be able to get your first meal in. And it's like a domino effect of eventually it's just gonna tip and the Jengas are gonna fall, and one day's gonna leave after another, and it's just gonna crumble down. So it's
Mm.
about like slowly building up the house, kind of like those three pigs against that wolf. And if you rush it too fast, it's just gonna all go away.
Good analogy. Yeah. Um, so going from that, Liam, I mean, how would you say Monk Nation and Cam, of course, has helped you through your prep and has helped you with the things going through prep, like accountability and the structure of everything, and then also the mindset?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think if I found that times when my mindset started to dip, out of nowhere there'd be a random call saying, "What you doing?" And little did I know I'm in for an hour mastermind call, staring out my window.
Is that telekinetic? Did I
Sun,
sense when you
as
were
the
going?
sun
Did
goes
Nightwing
down,
was out in Gotham?
yeah, the sun's going down on the city, and coach's hype man Cam is going after it. And it was one week after another, and those got me more motivated for the next week than saying, "Oh, your check-ins look good," or your waist is getting tighter. Because at a certain point, I felt around 7 to 6 weeks out, to like 2 weeks out, I just thought I was getting worse, just because your body starts to hold on as much water as you can, because you're really getting to that depletion phase if you're sticking to your diet correctly.
Mhm.
And Liam, I know you haven't competed before. This was your first show, but you were doing it on your own early stages. So, I mean,
Yeah.
what would you say? How was it like doing it on your own versus doing it with the team?
Mentally, your mind will create infinite excuses for everything. I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna do my 30 minutes cardio after this workout. I'll do an hour tomorrow. I get to tomorrow. By the time I need to do an hour, I need to go somewhere else for work or something, or I need to go do my homework. And just little things fell through the cracks. And it's not that I need someone to hold me accountable. It's more like, yeah, I'm doing it for myself to see how much I can do. But when you have all these people kind of like expecting and counting on you and seeing and knowing they're like rooting for you and helping you, you don't want to let them all down. So because like one of the biggest reasons why I even got into this prep in the first place is my little brother has seen how much the like just going to the gym and just fitness in general has like transformed me. And the one thing he wanted me to do was to compete in the bodybuilding show before I graduate college. So I picked one, and now here we are.
Wow. So yeah, here we are, Liam. What's next for you? Most people say, okay, now that you've checked that box off, you've endured all the sacrifice, you adopted the lifestyle of a monk. What is it? Is that the end? Is that the end? Is that all she wrote? I mean, do we have goals moving forward? What's the next box? Do we have any more boxes that need to be checked off? What's the next step for you?
Yeah, so I wouldn't consider myself like a full-time like tunnel vision bodybuilder right now. I really enjoyed the prep and everything, but there's a part of me that loves still chasing the PRs. I'm only 21, so I want to get big. I want to chase the bench, chase the squat with my friends. So we are getting bigger in the right mindset, in the right areas with the coaching and working on my back specifically because that's what the head judge wants. But one, I want to work on the long form content, like I was telling you, trying to, because I've been enjoying making videos since I was young, and I want to
Mm,
keep going the YouTube, the TikTok, the Instagram. But really, right now is a 405 bench. So that
nice.
combination is kind of just because that gives me content and a direction for people to follow me on a separate little side journey, a little side road that'll eventually tie back into. I mean, if you can bench 405, you're gonna have a pretty big chest. So yeah, that's kind of what's on my mind
Yeah.
right
Yeah. Classic? Are we classic? I don't know.
now.
Somebody told me on the street that
I
you were
want
gonna
to
go from.
say, I don't want to hop into a prep unless my name's going to be under men's physique and classic because I can't have these squats
Ooh.
for nothing. And I've started
Okay.
doing a little bit more legs than we did on prep. And if you've seen the Instagram, I feel like they're gonna grow a little freaky.
Leo, I think Liam's
That
saying he doesn't skip leg day.
that's
Nope.
good, Liam.
Hey, coach said I had too big of
Let's
quads until a few weeks out.
let's go ahead and change the subject. Uh,
Hey, Liam, Leo doesn't like it when we talking about training legs.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I actually did legs yesterday, and I was doing goblet squats. First time I've ever did like a squat
Really?
movement in probably a year, and I
There
think I
you go.
blew out my back, so
Well, it
probably
looks
won't
like
be
you're
doing
going to
those
take the
things.
next year off. Yeah.
Yeah. But Liam, real quick, bro, because it was your first show. I know you probably had a lot of butterflies and a lot of enthusiasm going into it. How was stepping on stage, bro? How did you like it? How did you place? How did you think you did mentally, physically, everything?
Yeah, so well, I guess we'll just start with walking out at around 10 a.m. for True Novice Class C, which is we had a lot of True Novice. It was the biggest for my show. It was the biggest amount of people for any division. So men's physique True
Wow.
Novice had almost 20 guys. But it was a surreal
Wow.
feeling first walking out. When you're in the venue, you're hearing all these people talking, you're hearing the judges saying turn, turn, music's playing. But once you step out there, all you can hear is 39, number 39, number 39. And that was my number, obviously. But I was at a point with being so comfortable in my routine with the proper preparation where I could probably do it with my eyes closed.
No.
So at that point, I'm just making sure I'm smiling. Mentally, I'm just going through the same
Mm.
thing, like chest up, big Y, all that stuff. And for place wise, I placed second in men's physique true novice, novice, and then fifth in the open class.
Nice.
The open class was pretty loaded. I can't lie for this show.
First call out. First
Well, I
call out.
mean
One of the
that
youngest
again,
competitors
Liam,
on stage. First
going
show.
going from being a natural competing in
Yeah.
a non-tested men's physique
Yep.
competition, bro. I
I
mean,
don't
that's
think
great.
I don't think a nat no no nat no natural person beat me in any class. So maybe
I
they
mean,
maybe that 25
you
year
say
old.
that, but they're probably not natural. But
Yeah, well, yeah, you never know. I mean,
Awesome, bro. Also,
Needless to
Liam,
say, hell of a statement. Yeah.
yeah, going into content creation, bro, because I know you've been doing a lot on your Instagram since you did join the team. Also, how has that been going with your follower count? Because I see you posting every single day. Also,
yeah, so I was about at I think I was about to hit 250 when I first joined MonkNation, and since I think I'm like about 50 or 60 days in a row where I have a post or a reel up. That's disregarding the multiple stories I just constantly post. But I've gotten up to 520 now, which in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot. But if you think about it, it's more than double. So it's in the right
Exactly.
trajectory, and then the snowball is definitely rolling. And I found myself in the beginning with content creation trying to perfect like the whole part, making sure the text is good, the right song. But it's really just trial and error and seeing what people like, and then you just keep going over and over, and then you'll find what clicks. And
So
it'll be the
explain,
video that you made for fun or for anything, and the one that blows up. So
right? Explain, did you use, were there any resources or tools, anybody on the team that you use? Was that just all self-acquired knowledge of how you doubled your following in that span of time? Or was there actual resources that you used and applied? Was there an agenda when you were going about posting your content?
yeah, I would like to say a good bit of it was the roadmap once I was able to get a hold of it. And it's not a copy and paste blueprint, but it gave me the right idea of one of the big ones that helped me grow a lot was when to post. And I utilized posting kind of like when people get off work or what hashtags, because honestly less is more sometimes, but also you could have as many hashtags and post at the right time. But if you're not making the content and the hook is like the main thing. You can't get that all down, then it's good. It's not gonna catch anyone's eyes when they're scrolling.
most definitely. Do you feel like the roadmap helped you in terms of content creation?
I think it definitely gave me a lot of guidance. I consider myself I can be pretty creative sometimes. So
Mhm.
coming up with ideas, I definitely love to just think of random stuff. But actually trying to put it together into like a whole, like a thing and get it actually out there, as quality.
Framework. It gave you a better framework, and
Yeah,
you used your creativity, is what it sounds like, which is
Yeah, they
awesome.
work hand in hand, I would say.
most definitely.
100%.
Well, Liam, because I know you've been on the team for a few months now. How do you feel like you've grown in terms of mentality, in terms of physically, from where you were, where you started, versus where you are now with the team?
5 months. So it's a couple months, 5 months, going on 6 months. But yeah,
Yeah, I think my mindset's I like where my head is now. Now that I've fully completed the prep, and I'm fully enjoying the process of growing myself on social media and my platform. Um, and I think just the mindset of the discipline you create in prep and kind of how you hold yourself accountable kind of starts going to every other aspect of your life. Like I'm not on prep, but I'll still do some prep tendencies, and it feels like some of those things won't ever leave, which is pretty good.
mm. So you would say some of the skills that you acquired by staying to the plan, sticking to the plan during your contest prep has now translated into other aspects of your life that has actually made you what, more disciplined, more.
Yeah, because it sounds cliche, but I feel like my quote unquote time management, the way and how much stuff I can get done in a day, for my school, for my work, for my lifting, I feel like I can get a lot done because I know what things that have to get done each day, and just the planning and having a set goal, everything kind of wraps your life around it. And even if the end goal is just chasing a bench right now, I'm eating on plan for a good reason. I'm going to bed early for a good reason. And if you're going to bed early, you're gonna be better on your exam, even though you're just doing it in your head just for the bench. So it all kind of goes out like roots for your life, even though if you don't expect it.
True. Liam, do you feel like MonkNation changed your direction, or do you feel like it helped you get closer to your personal goals?
Yeah, I think the initially I think it didn't, just because I didn't put much into it. But I found the more I reached out to guys like Ben, or now B-Rad, which is I'm pretty good with him. The more I put into it, the more I'm actually getting out. And
Yeah.
I've been hitting up Ben, how I'm trying to grow my account, and just like that I've grown 30 followers in like a week. So it's like I'm realizing now, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out. It sounds
Exactly, bro.
like Giannis said that back in the day.
And it's the same thing with prep. It's the same thing with bodybuilding, right? It's the more you put in, the more you get out. And I know that's something big, not just with bodybuilding, but in life terms as well, you know? And it's like you really have to go through that, or you have to have people around you for you to be able to notice that. You know, people with the same mindset, people with the same ambitions and the goals as you. That's what really helps you separate yourself from just the normal average person.
I would definitely say that one of the other big things I forgot to mention is my circle got a lot tighter. And I love meeting new people and knowing people all around my school, the state, stuff like that. But then you kind of realize, when you can't go out and do all these social things all the time, your circle starts to tighten up. But then you realize who's really behind you, and those are the people driving 4 hours to your show. They're the ones commenting on
Yep.
everything,
Yep.
you like going to the gym with you, making sure you're getting everything done. So
And that's
Yeah.
the mindset to have at 21 years old.
One
yeah,
hundred
There you have it,
percent.
folks.
He's leading from the front. Liam, so good. He's getting his peers to get connected with Monk Nation as well. Shout out to Reed, who is I guess you could say, is a Padawan of the inspiration and the journey that Liam has continued to go on, which is awesome too. It's good to see people leveling up with this brotherhood, and other people being pulled into that same environment just because they're seeing the benefits of the character, the discipline, the lifestyle, the monk way. The monk way.